Okay, so today we're gonna create a little Lego shape. So we're gonna go to our nope, we're gonna go into our practice folder first. I'm going to click Create Document. This will be day 17, I believe. Let me double check. Day 18. Day 18, Lego. Okay, so I'm going to come to my top view and I'm going to hide my front and my right as well. I'm going to come up to Sketch, click on my top view plane, and I'm going to choose a center point rectangle. And I'm going to start at my center and drag out. Then we need to dimension. So I'm going to come up to my dimension tool, which is there it is right here, my little arrow. Click on here. We're going to make that 0.5 inches. And up here will be 1 inch. Perfect, already 1 inch. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit with 2 fingers. I'm going to hit check mark. And then we're going to extrude our shape. I'm going to do a depth of 0.25 and hit check mark. So when you look at this, we have a 3D little rectangle right now. All right. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to put in our circles. So I'm going to click Sketch. I'm going to click the top of my rectangle. And I'm going to do a center point rectangle. So I'm going to click and drag out. And then I need to dimension a few things. So I'm going to come up to my dimension tool. I'm going to click on my circle and we're going to make that 0.125. Then I'm going to click on my center point right here and come to my top wall right there because we want it to be equal distance away. So it'll be a Lego and it'll actually clip in. So I'm going to make that 0.125. And then I'm also going to click on that center point again first, and then I come to the wall of the Lego. And that's also going to be 0.125. So now it is equally spaced from both the top and the side, and it makes that nice little circle. Okay, so now we have our first circle. So now we need to do a linear pattern. So up here, I have my little linear pattern up here, so little squares. So I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to pick the geometry that I want to do the linear pattern. So I want the circle to do the linear pattern. So when I do that, if we zoom out, we can see that there's some stuff up here. So I'm going to just take this and bring it down below. And then we're going to zoom in, bring this in somewhat, bring this up. And then, so what we're going to do is, so we see these measurements where it says times. So I'm going to click on that and I can click like repeat times 5 and it'll give me 5 circles, okay, across. I'm actually going to do 4 and we're going to change this distance right here to 0.25. So I get 4 rows, or 4 across, 4 columns, and then also right here, if I wanted to change that, I could change that to 3 and have a 3rd row, but that won't fit on our Lego, so we're going to leave it at 2. We have a ton of numbers, so if it's in the way, just click on it, drag it out of the way if you don't need it anymore. And then this distance right here, it's very close to what we want, but I'm just going to make it 0.25 directly. So it's 0.25 between these two. It's 0.25 this way. Yeah, so I have 0.25 in between from left to right and then up and down as well. If you notice with this, when you can kind of If I drag straight down, it stays parallel. I'm messing up this number, obviously. If you turn it, it'll take it unparallel. So if you get it back, you can kind of feel it. It'll kind of make it parallel. If it messes up, just restart and you can, it'll keep it parallel, and then just drag straight down so it keeps it parallel. So now that I'm done, I see over here my little mouse has that little check mark, so I'm going to click and click again, so it kind of takes it out of the editing process. And now before, I'm not going to hit the check mark on sketch 2, I'm going to come over to the extrude right now. So it's going to extrude all of my little cylinders. Now, this is obviously way too big for a Lego, so we're going to change that to 0.125. That looks much better. And now we're going to hit check mark. So now, once we have that, we know at a Lego, the bottom needs to be shelled out. So we're going to use our shell tool for that. So we're going to come up to our shell tool, and we're going to click on the bottom of our tool. So you can see it took some out, but we need to change the shell thickness. So we're going to change that to 0.05. And when I do that, that should allow my shape to be able to click in and stack onto each other. So I'm going to hit check mark. I'm going to come to isometric, zoom in, and then now we're going to edit our appearance. So I'm going to click on my part, hit Control click or right click, whichever one you have. We're going to edit appearance, and you can make your Lego whatever color you want. You can always do it this way, or you can do the mixer where you're picking specifically whatever color you would like your Lego to make. Awesome. Okay, so you will take a screenshot of this and turn it in. All right, guys, hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.